Greetings, blessings, peace, and love. I do my utmost to attain emptiness. I hold firmly to stillness. The myriad creatures all rise together, and I watch them return. The teeming creatures all return to their separate roots. Returning to one's roots is known as stillness. This is what is meant by returning to one's destiny. Returning to one's destiny is known as the constant. Knowledge of the constant is known as discernment. Woe to him who willfully innovates while ignorant of the constant. But should one act from knowledge of the constant, one's actions will lead to impartiality. Impartiality to kingliness, kingliness to heaven, and heaven to the way. Greetings and blessings all. This is Halim Ali. Welcome to our Mindfulness Tuesday. We wrapped up a 4-part series last week around the 4 stages of consciousness. Tonight we begin a journey of a 3-part series around chakra healing, chakra cleansing, and soul activation. So we're talking about creating this healing space within our bodies, within our mind first. Where the mind goes, the body follows. Now, we are going to look at universal principles and universal laws as they relate to our chakra system, as the sun and the moon and the planets relate to our chakra system. Even though they are millions of miles away, in the infinite wisdom and mercy of our Creator, we've been given access to this universal power and this universal oneness through our chakra system. So before we jump in, I'd like to share a lesson from the Master Key Arcana, right? And it says, freedom does not consist in the disregard of a governing principle, but in conformity to it. The laws of nature are infinitely just. The laws of nature are infinitely just. We are not talking about the laws of man, which are sometimes and oftentimes unjust. We're talking about the laws of nature, which are always infinitely just. And a violation of just law is not freedom. A violation of just law is not freedom, right? The laws of nature are infinitely beneficent. Exception from the operation of a beneficent law is not freedom. Exception from a beneficent law is not freedom. Freedom consists in conscious, harmonious relation with the laws of being. Freedom consists in conscious, harmonious relation with the laws of being. Thus, only may desire be satisfied, harmony attained, and happiness secured. So this is the only way where desire is satisfied, harmony is attained, and happiness is secured through a conscious, cohesive connection and relationship to natural law, to universal principle, right? Let's look at the river for a moment. The mighty river is free only while it is confined within its banks. The banks enable the river to perform its appointed function. Appointed by who? Nature. Appointed by who? By a higher governing principle. And to answer its beneficent purpose to the best of its advantage. While it is under the restraint of freedom, it gives out its message of harmony and prosperity. If its bed is raised, we're talking about a river. If its bed is raised or its volume is greatly increased, it leaves its channels and spreads over the country, carrying a message of ruin and desolation. It is no longer free. It has actually ceased to be a river. Thus is man. Thus is woman. We cease in our aspect of being. We cease to be. We cease to evolve. Life is an unfoldment and not an accretion. So when we say that we haven't changed or we have stayed the same, we're actually saying that we're dying, because either you're growing or you are dying. Either you are evolving or devolving. There is no in between. So either you are expanding or you are shrinking and decreasing. Where the mind goes, the body follows. So what we are here today to talk about and to emphasize is the infinite power of healing that each one of us possess. That is beyond a prognosis or a diagnosis or a vaccine or a over-the-counter medical prescription. We are talking about the power that we all possess and the responsibility that we have in our own healing. And these are very revolutionary concepts, yet they are concepts which have existed since the beginning of time. So, in getting into our chakra system, let's talk about our chakras for a moment. We have 7 chakras that are all connected to our 7 major glands. I'll say that again. We have 7 chakras that are connected to our 7 major glands, which are connected to the planets through the sun. How are we connected to the planets through the sun? Well, each one of our chakras actually correspond with the 7 cardinal colors of the solar spectrum of the sun: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Those are the 7 solar spectrums of the sun. Now, let's look at and talk about our first chakra and the importance of our root chakra, which in Sanskrit is called Muladhara. Muladhara. And that means, Mula means root, Dhara means support. And the gland, now we have 7 major glands, like I just said. The gland that is connected to this chakra is your adrenal gland. All right? This is the base chakra and is located at the perineum, or the base of the spine. It is the chakra closest to the earth and is concerned with earthly grounding and physical survival. Right? So we're talking about our fight or flight response to situations. This response is rooted in Muladhara, our root chakra. It controls our fight or flight. Blockage in this chakra, when we have blockage in the chakra, because before we talk about healing, let's talk about the damage that we do to our chakras, or the damage that our chakras must endure when there is blockage. Blockage in this chakra manifests as paranoia, fear, procrastination, defensiveness. Physical ailments include obesity, arthritis, chronic fatigue, and knee and foot problems, right? So these are things that a pill won't fix, a shot won't solve. These are things that we have to take the initiative on correcting. So when we talk about Muladhara and how it is connected to the adrenal gland, let me give you some game on the adrenal gland. The adrenal glands are located just above the small of the back. These organs have sometimes been called the beauty gland, since one of their functions is to keep the pigments of the body in proper solution and distribution. But of greater importance, this is the agency of the adrenal secretion in other directions. So the secretion from the adrenal gland shoots out in different directions in our bodies. The secretions contain a most valuable blood pressure agent and are a tonic to the sympathetic nerve system, hence to the involuntary muscles, heart, arteries, and intestines. These glands respond to certain emotional excitements by an immediate increase in volume of secretion, thus increasing the energy of the whole system and preparing it for effective response. So we see now, when there is blockage in our adrenal gland, we can become tired, procrastinate, not even just tired, but it lends and leads toward chronic fatigue, right? How, and we're going to talk about how to unblock these chakras, right? We're going to talk about how to undo this trauma ourselves, how to heal ourselves when we are experiencing blockage in a certain area in our glandular structure, which leads to experiencing area or blockage in a certain area in your life. As above, so below, as within, so without. Chakra number 1, Muladhara, and the color is red. Chakra number 2, Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana, that which is itself. Svadhisthana, the gland that Svadhisthana is concerned with, the reproductive organs. Right now, it is located between the base of the spine and the navel, and is associated with the lower abdomen, kidneys, bladder, and the circulatory system, right? But the gland is the reproductive organ. It is concerned with emotion, represents desire, pleasure, sexuality, procreation, and creativity. Procreation and creativity. When we have blockage in our Svadhisthana or in chakra number 2, it manifests as emotional problems, right? Compulsive and obsessive behavior and sexual guilt. Health issues include varicose veins, kidney and bladder problems, menstrual ailments, and impotency, right? And the color of our Svadhisthana or our second chakra is orange. Now, we want to look at what that gland, when there's blockage in that gland, right? Because our reproductive organs or our sex glands are located at the lower part of the abdomen, and it is through the functioning of these glands that life is created and the process of reproduction is carried on. So now we can see when there is blockage in our second chakra area, there is a lack of creativity and emotional instability. Let's keep going. Chakra number 3, which is known as the sun center of the body. And it is called in ancient Sanskrit, Manapura, or the city of jewels. The city of jewels. Located above the navel in the solar plexus area. This chakra is concerned with the digestive system, muscles. The organ it's concerned with is the pancreas and the adrenals. It is known as the seat of your emotional life. Your sensitivity, ambition, and ability are stored here. Blockage in this chakra may manifest itself as anger, frustration, lack of direction, or a sense of victimization. Now, when we looked at the 4 stages of consciousness, the first stage, the to me consciousness, was the victim consciousness. So as we grow and evolve out of these different victimized states, we have to learn how to control ourselves and our system so we don't fall back into those same states that we have grown and graduated from, right? So the physical ailments, when there's blockage in your Manapura, when there is blockage in your 3rd chakra, we experience things like digestive system ailments. We experience things like diabetes, blood sugar problems, eating disorders, right? Because the gland that is concerned with this chakra is the pancreas, and it's located just behind the peritoneum near the stomach. This gland aids digestion, and when not properly functioning, an excess of sugar may be produced, which causes diabetes and other serious problems, right? So it's yes, part of it is diet. Part of it is diet, but the other part is exercise, right? Spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, not just physical exercise. This type of exercise. The other part of it is commitment. This kind of commitment. Breathing exercises, right? So now the color of Manapura, or the city of jewels, is yellow. And this is why it is called the sun center of the body. All right, we're going to keep going. And remember, this is a 3-part series because this is a lot of information that I'm sharing with you in this space. And in the next session, we're going to talk about biological regeneration and actually how to repair our glandular structure and how to clear our chakra systems from blockage. But for the sake of the lesson tonight, we're going to keep going. So we have looked at chakra number 1, which the color is red, Manapura. Not Manapura, I'm sorry. Muladhara. Then chakra number 2, Svadhisthana. And the color of chakra number 2 is orange. Then we're talking about now Manapura. And the color of Manapura is yellow. Now we are going to graduate and go where? Into our heart chakra. And the color is actually green. Now in modern day, society, the heart is usually colored red, but the color of the heart chakra is green, and green represents life. Green represents life. And this chakra is called anahat. The Sanskrit word for the heart chakra, which is our fourth chakra, is anahat. All right, which means unbeater. And it is located at the eighth cervical vertebrae of the spine behind the heart and deals with feeling and touch, right? The center of love, compassion, harmony, and peace. The center of love, compassion, harmony, and peace. The house of the soul associated with the lungs, heart, arms, hands, and the gland that it is concerned with is the thymus gland. The thymus gland. Now, blockage in your heart chakra can show itself as immune system deficiencies, lung and heart problems, inhumanity, lack of compassion, or unprincipled behavior. Lack of humanity and unprincipled behavior. And we see a lot of blockage in the heart chakra going on around the world these days, right? Now, also asthma, bronchitis, shoulder and upper back pain, lung and breast cancer, right? But we would rather depend on the medical industry to relieve us of these ailments with a quick fix. But a quick fix is not lasting. It is up to us to maintain our balance, right? Now, we said that the heart chakra is concerned with the thymus gland. When we talk about the thymus, it is located or near the bottom of the throat, just below the thyroid gland. It is considered essential for children only, but it is not possible that the degeneration of this gland is one of the causes of premature senility. My dear grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's, right? Which ultimately is a blockage in the thymus gland. And the color of the heart chakra is green. So as we continue to move through our chakra system, and I'm going to do my best to get through the other three chakras, the other three areas, and for the sake of time, I don't want to rush. We have gotten through 4 of our 7 chakras. We have gotten through and covered 4 of our 7 chakras. And at this moment, I would just like to be mindful of what we have talked about. And I would like to just take a breath, however you're sitting in whatever position. And let's close our eyes and let us breathe in through our nose for a moment. And let us allow that the red light in our root chakra to glow for a moment. Let's see the Muladhara, and let's allow that light to illuminate and to eliminate all of the ailments that the red chakra or the root chakra or Muladhara is concerned with. All of the pain that you may be feeling beneath your waist. Let us illuminate our root chakra and let the red light glow, and allow yourself to take a couple of breaths. Breathing in through your nose and holding that air and that breath in the root chakra, in our red chakra, and releasing through our mouth. And let's be intentional with our breaths. And let us take another breath. Breathing in through our nose, holding it for a moment and releasing through our mouth. And let's allow that illuminated red light to slowly fade away. And let us move up to our orange chakra, to Svadhisthana. And let us see an orange pulsating radiance. And allow it to heal any ailment in your kidney or your pancreas. And let's allow that light to glow fully. And all we want to see, all we want to be right now is our orange, radiant, pulsating light. And let's be with that breath for a few seconds. Breathing in through your nose and releasing through your mouth. And let us breathe in again through our nose. And let us hold that breath for a couple of seconds. And release through our mouth. One more breath for our orange chakra or our second chakra, which is Svadhisthana. Breathing in through our nose, seeing the orange luminosity, and breathing out through our mouth. Now let us move up to our yellow chakra, to Manapura, which is our third chakra, which is actually concerned with the pancreas. Our orange chakra is concerned with our reproductive organs. So we are actually sending a healing vibration to our 7 major glands through our 7 major chakras. So allow that yellow light to illuminate the sun center of the body, breathing in, allowing the orange light to fade away and the yellow light to be illuminated. Breathing in through our nose, holding the breath for 3 seconds, and releasing through our mouth. Breathing in through our nose again, and releasing through our mouth. And now as we continue to evolve, my beloveds, let us go to our heart chakra, and we want to see a green, pulsating radiance. Breathing in through our nose, and we are now on our 4th chakra, Manapura, the city of jewels that is concerned with our thymus gland, the fountain of youth. Breathing in through our nose, holding our breath, and releasing. And let us breathe in through our nose again. Allowing the yellow light, the green light in our heart chakra to illuminate. And let us become one with that luminosity. Breathing in through our nose, holding the breath, and releasing through our mouth. One more breath, my beloveds. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as we come back into the room, I would like to remind you that this is the first of a 3-part series. So we got through 4 of our 7 chakras today. And to not rush through the information, I wanted to take a break and connect with the breath. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night mindfulness session. We will be back to continue this conversation about illuminating our chakras, activating our soul power, right? And looking a little closer into biological regeneration and self-healing. My name is Abdul Halim Ali, and this has been an aha moment. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, love, light, prosperity, and understanding.